Parade, run!
Flag to present on behalf of the President of the United States Army, grateful nation, as an expression of appreciation for the honorable, faithful service rendered by the
brother Al has gone now to the peace of Christ, being with his lovely wife and all his loved ones who've gone before him. And we gather as a family now to honor his memory and his life, his service to his country, and the love that he had for each and every one of you. I have a reading from the scriptures today. It's taken from Paul to the Romans, chapter 8, verses 37 and 39. And Paul says, "What will separate us from the love of God? Will anguish or distress or persecution or even danger or death itself. And Paul says, no, in all these things we conquer overwhelmingly through him who loves us. For I'm convinced that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor any kind of thing will be able to separate us from the love of God and from the love of Adam. I was honored to get to know all of you over the last year and a half or so. Not Buddy. Everybody but Buddy.
You know, Buddy. He'd love to take a bite.
We all said our so long for nows to Tony back in, I think it was March of 2014. And Al missed her every day since then. Every time I was able to visit him as a friend, he talked about her all the time, every single time, as you all know. And that is how it is with our loved ones. They were married for how long? 62 years. That's often how it is. Al wanted to return to his companion, to his best buddy, to Tony, and to all family, who've gone before you. Who else passed in your family? Brothers, parents, of course, grandparents, sisters. I believe he's seeing all of them again, of course. Kathy and Don, Wanda, all of you. Being so much a part of him, his love for his great country, his dedication, having that opportunity, connecting with Tony through that experience. It's not really coincidences that we have in our lives. I think it's God instances that create opportunities for all of us to be together and to love one another as Jesus taught us how to do. And I feel very honored that Al asked me to be here to do this today with all of you. I know he'll be looking out after all of you. Wondering how you're doing in school, in life, at work, and your relationships with each other. And eager for the time in which all of us will be together again, whenever God calls each of us home. 23 years in the service, the Army, Military Person of the Year twice, Eisehower, Kennedy, all kinds of medals.
He still fit into his uniform.
And he still fit in his uniform, which is wonderful. Yeah.
That was a fun day.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's right. That's right. And yeah, he had his cross, the cross of dementia, cross of Alzheimer's. But you know what? That was the disease. That wasn't Al. Not at all. And he carried it the best he could with courage and dignity, and he moved on from there. Didn't get the best of him in the end. Not really. You guys knew him best, and you've got the stories and the memories, and they'll always be part of your heart and your mind as you share stories and stuff. Anybody have a story, funny story, or just a story that you want to kind of share right now that we're together? You're not afraid to talk, Wanda.
There's just too many.
We were sharing some.
Well, every day with Dad was a funny story. I mean, we had something going on every day.
Every single day.
I know for us, Costco will never be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that
Really
thing
fun
about a
things.
cart or something. What was that story?
The office chairs. We were racing office chairs down the aisles,
That was a lot of fun.
pushing
huh?
around, bouncing off everything.
We spent 3 hours there that day.
Good.
Bought nothing.
That's what it's about, really. It's connecting, making the connection with family and stuff. Yeah.
Well, even doing his picture, and he said, "Don't tell," and he lifted up his jacket and he couldn't button his pants. And I said, "Don't worry, no one will see that. It's just amazing you got everything else on." He goes, "But I don't think I can get it off." So I had to actually help him take everything off.
Anybody else want to share? Something you remember that stands out?
I know we used to get on our case if they didn't remember all 3 anniversaries.
Ah.
Because they had to get married. One for it was a church wedding was the first one. The second one was for the Tokyo for Japanese, and then the third one was for the military. And so I just picked and chose whichever one I was going to celebrate that year and send the card for that one.
This isn't a memory I have with him, but he was telling me about him and Grandma went to go play bingo, and they had won a sweeper, just a broom.
Yeah.
And he told me that he was just pissed at Dawn because when they woke up in the morning, Dawn had cut all the bristles off the broom.
He had a haircut.
He said they didn't. He said something about they didn't go play bingo often, but they actually won something and just excited about winning something, and Dawn
Yeah.
cut the bristles off of it. I just thought that was a funny story.
It is a good story. Yeah. Anybody else? What'd you guys do? What'd you guys do with,
You have your, let me read yours.
With
List
that.
of funny things he said. Haley started writing down, it's been a while, she started writing down funny things Grandpa said.
oh,
So I'll see if I can read some
yeah,
of
we'll
them.
read a couple in memory of him. That's good. What do you think Tony's telling him right now?
Out. She's probably hungry. Out, Uncle. Happy to see you.
She lived for him.
She did. When she died,
It's about
he didn't
time
even know
you
how
got
to.
here.
He didn't know how to make coffee. He didn't know how to run a coffee pot or wash machine or the dryer.
The microwave.
Yeah, I had to go with him to his apartment and draw him a picture of all the knobs on the wash machine and all the knobs on the dryer and point arrows as to where he should be, so he could do his laundry.
Okay, so here's some things. This is Haley's favorite. He said, "Beans, beans, the magical fruit." And then Grandma goes, "I didn't make any beans." And he says, "What's that right there?" And she goes, "That's corn."
That's good.
And then he says, "What kind of fertilizer do you use for your hair?" And Haley goes, "I use Miracle Grow." He goes, "Maybe I should use that. It would be a miracle if I could grow me some." And then apparently I said, "Dogs out and loud on the couch." And he goes, "I guess I'll have to get down."
Oh.
And then she's talking about how he went to Dairy Queen. He used to ride his hover around over there all the time. And to open the door, or someone said, "Can I open the door for you?" He said, "No, I got it." So he would pick his feet up and just like full force his hover around through the door.
He made it across that busy street too.
Oh,
He went
Jeez.
everywhere on that.
that was his car.
Yeah. Those are good. Those are good.
I remember when he used to come over and visit with my grandma, when my grandma and him were both alive, he'd joke around with me and my boyfriends, and tease my boyfriends.
So he had a good sense of humor.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of funny, maybe not too appropriate, but sense of humor wise, yes, we were standing in the apartment and we were, I don't know, we were doing something, putting cans in a bag, and he looks over and he takes the bag and he puts it on his head. He's like, "Goodbye, cruel world." Baby, you did good writing all these down. Nice
Yeah.
job.
Hang on to those. Absolutely. Yeah.
You said number 8.
Say what he, in the hospital, when they asked him what his name was, Kathy?
Oh, yeah. Aloysius McGillicuddy. That was one of his short moments.
We grew up with him saying his name was Aloysius McGillicuddy.
Yeah, we're sitting over there.
Oh, wow.
He made us all laugh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a good moment. Yeah, very good moment.
He said, on the ride, I held on to Buddy, but on the way back, we were going so fast, Buddy held on to me. I thought I had cactus in my leg, but it was his claws squeezing down.
That's a
Oh my gosh, you scared me to death on that thing.
Oh. Or when he'd go super fast in the mall.
He wore out the motor on it.
I would tell him, you know, he said, I got there and I didn't have any juice. And I said, Dad, when you get to the mall, turn it down on low. And then you can cruise around and you'll have enough juice to get home. He says, you sure are a smart one, aren't you? And then he goes, ass.
But then he said he liked to go fast on the smooth parts.
Yeah.
That's nice. A lot of good memories.
Mhm.
I remember first time you met my ex-girlfriend. Do you remember that, Jeff? With Destiny?
Was it the texting?
No, the first time you met her out camping. No, it wasn't even camping. It was dinner at our house. First time I met my girlfriend, he looked at her and he's like, "So can I steal you from him?" And it was an ongoing joke ever since then. I could not go over there without him asking my girlfriend out.
Or when he really did not need a smartphone, but no matter what you said, he was going to get one, and he did, and he still didn't know how to use it.
You get random calls throughout the day.
No matter what, you could not convince him he didn't need one, just because I showed him Google Maps. Oh, you can see all that?
Or serious.
Serious.
What was that
Oh,
we were
geez.
talking about last night that he always would tease us every time we'd say something new? Can't remember.
See, we should have wrote them down.
We were talking about, he would always say, every time we'd say it, that him and I would got on the phone to call and cancel. I think it was one of the things he had, you know, from the house. And the guy on the phone had him on speaker, and every time we'd say something, the guy would say, perfect, perfect. And Dad and I would look at that, Dad would go, and we would laugh. So he and I would be in the store or anywhere, and I'd say, what about this date? He'd go, perfect. So that was the ongoing thing with us, is everything was just perfect.
Well, here's a partying one. I was going through last night. I saw his calendar, and I thought, just out of curiosity, what he wrote on the upcoming months. And for his birthday, he wrote, 85 years ago, a wonderful man was born.
Did you write that right in the
He wrote,
square?
yeah, he wrote it, and I had to laugh. I just-
You should take that.
Any cards he would give, they would sign it the greats, because they were the great grandparents, but you know, they were just the greats.
Right, right. It's nice. Good sharing. It was a real honor for me to work with, your mom and dad. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.